Hello everyone, very good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to today's session. So today we are continuing with the Csat series for UPSC Cse exam, and the topic that we are going to see today is problems on trains. All right. So this again is not a topic just for UPSC. This is also very useful for almost all kinds of competitive examination because quantitative aptitude is very important for almost all examinations. All right. So this lecture series, we have reached the 14th lecture of this series. There will be some more to come, and hopefully we will be able to complete the whole thing before the end of this month. Okay. So let's start with today's class. Today, as I have mentioned already, we are going to look into a specific area called trains. There are plenty of questions associated with trains, their speeds, relative speeds, etc., etc. And we will be focusing on 10 questions of 10 different types from this area. And yeah, that's all it for today. So this session might end very early, like 40 minutes maximum. Okay, very simple questions actually, once you understand the concept. So once again, I welcome all of you to Madhav Sankar classes. If you are new here, please make sure to subscribe. Only subscribers will be able to ask questions in the live stream. Okay, also make sure to like this video and share with your friends. So, sorry, I forgot to change this. This is trains, okay? It's not time and distance, it's train. All right. So before we move on to the questions, you have to understand some basic concepts. Okay, so let's go through one by one. First one, the distance traveled by a train of length L. Okay, so you have a train. Sorry. Yeah, okay, so you have a train. All right, and the train is of length L. The total length of this train is L. Okay, so the distance traveled by a train of length L to cross a pole or standing person is equal to the length of the train. So assume that there is a pole here or there is a person here, an immovable object of very small length, inconsiderable length. Okay, so the distance traveled by the train in completely moving past this pole is what? This is equal to the length of the train. Okay, so that when the train is here, it has started crossing the pole, and then the entire body of the train will surpass this pole, and finally the tail end will come out of this pole. So what is the distance traveled by the train to cross that pole? It is equal to the length of the train. That is why it is simply given as L, denoted by small l. Okay, now the distance traveled by the train of length L when it crosses a platform of length B is equal to the sum of the length of the train and the length of the platform. Suppose instead of this standing pole here, let me just, let's draw a platform. Okay, and this is a platform. And the length of this platform is B. Clear? So if the train has to move past this platform completely, what is the total distance covered? It is the length of the train plus length of the platform. Correct? From this point onwards till the tail end of the train is here. Correct? So it has to be this length, that is B, plus the entire length of the train. So together it is L plus B. The total distance is L plus B. Next one. When two trains are traveling in opposite directions. Okay, two trains are traveling in opposite directions. And I know one is at a speed of u meter per second, other one is at a speed of v meter per second. Then the relative speed is equal to the sum of individual speeds, that is u plus v. So one train is traveling at u kilometers per hour or u meter per second in one direction. Other train is traveling in the exact opposite direction, parallel to this train, at a speed of v meter per second. So what is the relative speed? When two bodies travel in opposite directions, the relative speeds will add up. The individual speeds should be added up to find the relative speed. So that is u plus v. That is why when you sit in a train and you are going somewhere in a journey, when suddenly a train passes through from the opposite direction, it will appear so fast. Correct? It will appear like way faster than it actually is. Why? Because the relative speeds of these two bodies are adding up. Got it? So the answer is u plus v. Now, again, the same thing, but in the same direction. What happens? If one train is moving at u meter per second and another train is again moving in the same direction, okay, in u at v meter per second, what will be the relative speed? Relative speed will be u minus v, where u is greater than v, or v minus u, where v is greater than u. Got it? So if both are traveling in the same direction, then the speed appears to be very slow, even if they are going in at a very fast speed. Think about it. When you are going in a car, okay, you are riding in a car through a road, another car is trying to overtake you. All right. So when that car is overtaking you, it will appear to move very slowly, very slowly through your sides, and then it come over. Correct? Or would it appear, goes too fast for you? No. A car that is coming in the opposite direction will cross you much faster than the car which is overtaking you. At least you feel so. Why? Because the relative speeds here will get subtracted. Okay. So keep these four concepts in mind, and these are regarding speed and relative speed and distance. 3 more points. First of all, when two trains of length a meters and b meters are moving in opposite directions at u meters per second and v meter per second, the time taken by the trains to cross each other. Okay, so there is one train. This is moving at u meter per second, and there is another. This is moving in this direction, and there is another train. Here the length is a. Here the length is b, and this is moving in v meter per second in this direction, opposite direction, parallel. In this case, the time taken by the trains to cross each other is given by a plus b, that is a sum of the lengths, divided by u plus v, because they are moving in the opposite directions. So the speeds will get added up. Okay, now same scenario, except they are moving in the same direction. What happens? The relative speed will be very low. Why? Because it is u minus v in the denominator. Clear? Now the last concept. When two trains x and y start moving towards each other at the same time from points A and point B. Okay, so here it is point A, and here it is point B. And here there is one train, and here it's another train. Both of them started moving towards each other at the exact time from 2 points A and B. After crossing each other, train X reaches point B in A seconds. Okay, so at some point they crossed each other. Okay, and exactly after crossing each other, the train A, which is moving in this direction, train X, which is moving in this direction, took A seconds to reach point B. Similarly, the other train took B seconds to reach point A. Clear? In this case, the train X speed is to train Y's speed is equal to root of B is to root of A. The ratio of their speeds in this case is root B is to root A. Okay, this is not too much asked, but if, just in case if it is asked, you simply substitute the value here and easily get the answer. Not too much important, but please keep this in mind, the last concept. Okay, so keeping all these things that I have mentioned so far, we are going to solve some problems. And once you do it, these concepts will become even more clearer to you. Okay, so let's start with today's session. Good afternoon, Nandini. Welcome. First question is on the board. A train 100 meters long is running at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour. Okay, so here is a train. This is 100 meters long. Okay, and this is running at 30 kilometers per hour. All right, find the time taken by it to pass a man standing near the railway line. So a man is standing near the railway line. So his length is inconsequential. Correct? So what is the time taken by this train to pass a man who is standing by the railway line? That is the question. So this is the first type. Remember, the distance traveled by a train of length L to cross a pole or standing person is equal to the length of the train. Correct. Here the question is asking to find the time. We already know the length. We already know the speed. So what is the formula for time? Time is equal to distance by speed. Yesterday we did a lot of questions in this with this formula. Correct. But the only problem here is speed is given in kilometers per hour and the distance is given in meters and the options are in seconds. So we have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. Okay, so how do we do this? Let's start. Speed of the train. What is the speed of the train? Is equal to 30 kilometers per hour. This is equal to, how to convert this into meter per second? Into 5 by 18. Correct? So 30 goes 5 times and here it is 3. Cancelling with 6. Okay, so this is equal to 25 by 3 meter per second. So this is the speed of the train in meters per second. Correct? Now, what is the distance? Distance moved by the train. Distance moved by the train is equal to L. Correct? Length of the train. Because the length of the man or the pole is insignificant. So L is equal to 100 meters. Correct? So distance is equal to speed into time. Implies time is equal to distance by speed is equal to 100 divided by 25 by 3 is equal to 100 into 3 by 25 is equal to 12 seconds. Correct answer is option B. Did you understand this? I am writing down every step so that in the future when you look at this you will understand. If I simply write the numbers and all, obviously the class will end quicker, but later after a month or so when you take this out and look into it, you might get confused. Okay, so I hope you understood this. This is a very basic question, very simple application of a formula. Basically all the questions from train deals with formulas and the understanding of this concept. Moving on to the next question. A train is moving at a speed of 132 kilometers per hour. Okay, if the length of the train is 110 meters, so we have a train, this is moving at a speed of 132 kilometers per hour and the length of this train is 110 meters. How long will it take to cross a railway platform of 165 meter long? So here is a railway platform and the length is 165 meters. So how long will it take the train to pass through the platform completely? So here what is the formula? Total distance is equal to length of the train plus length of the platform, L plus B. Correct? So simply substitute the values accordingly. But again, here also the speed is given in different units compared to the distance and time. So we have to appropriately bring everything into a standard unit. Okay, so let's begin. If any of you wants to try this yourself, please pause the video here and try it out and then watch the rest of the video to find the correct answer. Speed of train is equal to 132 kilometers per hour. This is equal to 132 into 5 by 18 is equal to, let's cancel this with 6. Sorry, let's do it 3 first. No, let's do it 6. So it is 3. This is 2 and 2. This is 110 divided by 3 meters per second. Okay, so we brought the speed into the unit which we require. Now, distance covered. Distance covered is equal to length of the train plus length of the platform. This is equal to how much? 110 meters plus 160. okay, 165 meters. This is equal to 275 meters. Correct. Now simply substituting the formula. Time is equal to distance by speed is equal to 275 divided by 110 by 3. This is equal to 275 into 3 by 110. Correct. So how will we cancel this? Let's cancel this by 5. So it is 2 and 2, and here it is 5 and 5. So cancelling with 11, 5 and 2. So this is equal to 15 divided by 2 seconds is equal to 7.5 seconds. Got it? Actually, questions regarding trains are very simple. If you get a question from train, consider yourself lucky because you are definitely getting the answer. It's not so complicated as the questions in some of our previous classes. Very direct application. Correct. Now, another one. I hope these classes are useful for you. Please send me your feedback once the video ends. You can put your feedback in the YouTube comments section. Okay. So, another one. A man is standing on a railway bridge which is 180 meters long. Clear? He finds that a train crosses the bridge in 20 seconds, but himself in 8 seconds. Find the length of the train and its speed. So here is a railway bridge. Okay, and the train has completely crossed the bridge in actually 20 seconds. And a man is actually standing in this bridge, and the train completely crosses him in 8 seconds. Clear? We have to find the length of the train and the speed of the train. Again, the idea is very simple. In the first case, we know the length of the bridge. We know the time taken by the train to cross that bridge. We know the length of the train also. That we have to find. Okay, from the earlier two, we can find the speed and then the length of the train. Similarly, in the second case, we using the length of the train and the time, we can find the speed of the train. Don't worry, let's do it. At that time, it will be more clear to you. Okay, this is basically a combination of the first two questions that we did together put into a single question. That's all. Let's begin. Let length of the train is equal to x. We do not know that and we have to find this. So let that be x. Therefore, train covers x meters in 8 seconds. Correct? And x plus 180 meters in 20 seconds. Correct? Think about it. In case of a man, I told you the length of the man is insignificant. So it is the total distance covered is x only. We know from the formula we write it as L. Okay, so train covers x meters in 8 seconds given in the question, and x plus 180. So the length of the train plus length of the platform together in the second case, that takes 20 seconds. Correct? So we can write, but the thing is, the speed of the train remains the same. Correct? Although the distance and time varies, the speed of the train is same in both cases. What does that mean? It means x by 8 is equal to x plus 180 by 20. Distance by time is equal to distance by time. So that is, the speeds remain equal. Clear? From this, solve for x. Implies we can cancel 5x is equal to 2x plus 360. Implies 3x is equal to 360 or x is equal to 120 meters. Okay, so we got the length of the train as 120 meters. So from that itself, we got the answer as A, because there is no other 120 in this options. So answer is A. But to confirm the second, to find the speed of the train, how can we find the speed of the train? Speed is equal to how much? 120 divided by 8 meters per second. Correct? But here the options are in kilometers per hour. I forgot to put the unit. It is actually given in kilometers per hour. So simply converting this is equal to 120 by 8 into 18 by 5 kilometers per hour. And this is equal to 120 divided by 8 is what? 15. So that goes, and 3 into 18 is equal to 54 kilometers per hour. Did you understand here? Here, the train is constantly moving at the same speed. It crosses the bridge in 20 seconds. It crosses the man in 8 seconds. Got it? So, from these two cases, we can equate the speed, because speed is the only thing that is same. Clear? So, in the first case, distance by time will get the speed. In the second case also, that new distance, the length of the train plus platform divided by the new time gives the speed. So, these two speeds are equal. Now, simply solve for x. Get it? Moving on. A train 150 meters long is running with a speed of 68 kilometers per hour. In what time will it pass a man who is running at 8 kilometers per hour in the same direction in which the train is going? So here the man is not standing. Okay, the man is also running. So his speed has to be calculated. I mean, means it has to be taken into account. Correct. If the man is stationary, then he has no speed, 0. So it's easier to do the question. But here the man is also running in the same direction of the train at 8 kilometers per hour. So the question is, in what time will it pass a man? We have to find the time. How do we do this? By using the concept of relative speed. So, speed of the train relative to man is equal to how much? They are both running in the same direction, correct? So the speeds will get subtracted. 68 minus 8 is equal to 60 kilometers per hour. Okay, but again, the other units are in meter per second. So we have to convert this to meter per second. This is equal to 60 into 5 by 18 meter per second is equal to 10 and 3. So 10 into 5, 50 by 3. So we got the speed, the relative speed. Okay, now we have to find the time. Time taken to cross the man is equal to how much? Time taken to cover 150 meters at 50 by 3 meter per second. Correct? Why? Because the length of the man is insignificant. Correct? So we have to consider the length of the train only. The length of the train is 150 meters and the relative speed is 50 by 3. So it is basically 150 meters divided by 50 by 3 meter per second. That will give you the time. This is equal to 150 divided by 50 by 3 is equal to 150 into 3 by 50 is equal to 9 seconds. Alright, distance by speed, same formula again. Did you understand here? We have to first find the relative speed of the train with respect to that of the man, and then simply find the time. We know the distance, we know the speed. So time is equal to distance by speed. Okay, let's move on. If any of you have any doubts, please put it in the live chat. I will answer it. Okay. I hope you are everything I am talking about is clear to you so far. So let's do the next question. A train 220 meters long is running with a speed of 59 kilometers per hour. All right. In what time will it pass a man who is running at 7 kilometers per hour in the direction opposite to which the train is going? So this is the question. I mean, exactly the same question as before. Only change is here the man and the train are moving in the opposite direction. What does that mean? That means their speeds will get added up when finding the relative speed. Correct. So how do we do this? Relative speed is equal to how much? 59 plus 7 is equal to 66 kilometers per hour. Be very careful regarding units, otherwise you will get wrong answer. Is equal to 66 into 5 by 18 meter per second. So this is 11 and this is 3. So this is equal to 55 by 3 meters per second. This is the relative speed. Correct. Now, since the length of the man is insignificant, the distance is basically the length of the train. So distance is equal to length of the train is equal to 220 meters. Correct. So time is equal to distance by speed is equal to 220 divided by 55 by 3 is equal to 220 into 3 by 55 is equal to 12 seconds. Got it? Isn't this actually very simple? I think this is one of the easiest chapters that we have so far done. Okay, basically there is nothing here. Simply understand the concept. Be careful regarding the relative speed. Be careful regarding the units. But otherwise, calculation is nothing. True? Let's move on. So we have already reached the 6th question. 2 trains. Okay, enough with man. Here we have 2 trains. One is of length 137 meters. Other is of length 163 meters. Okay, are running towards each other. So in the opposite directions. On parallel lines. One at a rate of 42 kilometers per hour and the other one at a rate of 48 kilometers per hour. In what time will they be clear of each other from the moment they meet? So how much time would they take to completely cross over each other from the point they meet? That is the question. Correct. So here also same concept, same method, except the length of both trains has to be considered. In the previous case, the length of man was insignificant. We could drop that. But here, both lengths are consequent. So please consider that also. So how do we do this? Relative speed. What is the relative speed? Relative speed is, it says that they are towards each other. So that means they are moving in the opposite directions. So relative speeds means the sum of individual speeds. This is equal to 90 kilometers per hour, correct, is equal to 90 into 5 by 18 meter per second. This is equal to 25 meters per second. 90 and 18 completely goes for 5. Okay, so we have the speed. Distance, what is the distance? Distance is equal to L plus B is equal to 137 plus 163 is equal to how much? 7 plus 3, 10. 1, 1 plus 6, 7 plus 3, again 10. 1, 3. Correct? The length is 300 meters. Now, time is equal to distance by speed is equal to 300 divided by 25 is equal to 12 seconds. Got it? all we have to consider, keep in mind is the direction in which the trains are moving or direction in which the bodies are moving. If the length of that body is significant, and then the unit in which the values are given. If these three things are carefully noted, then there is no way that you can make error of this question. All right, shall we do the next one? Yes. So seventh question, two trains, again, one of 100 meters, other of 120 meters. So the in order to avoid noting anything or important points, simply underline that area which are important. Okay, while writing answers for UPSC in the mains also, you can do this. When you read a question, underline the important facts, important keywords in that question. Clear? So that you won't go out from the answer. Okay, you have to answer to the point. Correct? So in order to keep that always in mind, underline the keywords in the question. So in this question, it is two trains, one is 100 meters and other is 120 meters, running in the same direction with speeds of 72 kilometers and 54 kilometers. In how much time will the first train cross the second? So basically the time taken by the two to cross over each other from the moment it meets. So again, it is the same method, same concept, except when you take the relative speed, you have to keep in mind that they are running in the same direction. So the speeds will cancel out. Therefore, relative speed is equal to 72 minus 54 is equal to, how much is 72 minus 54? 18. Correct? This is kilometers per hour. This is equal to 18 into 5 by 18 meter per second. This is basically 5 meter per second. Okay, distance. Distance is equal to, both are trains, so the lengths of both bodies has to be considered. So it is L plus B is equal to 100 plus 120 is equal to 220 meters. So time is equal to distance by speed is equal to 220 divided by 5 is equal to 44 seconds. Okay, very simple questions. I think by the end of this class, you will be proficient in trains. Alright, because these are the kinds of questions that come in exam. Might be the numbers will be slightly more complicated. Maybe the question will be given in a twisted fashion. But understand that if you can identify the direction correctly, if you can identify the units correctly, and if you can identify whether the distance is consequent or insignificant, then you can simply find the answer, however the question is. Okay, I mean, the question can be asked in a multiple variety of ways to make you confused, to make you, not understand what is going on. Take your time, read each sentence, and then, paint a mental picture so that you can actually see the scene in your mind and then solve the question. Okay, moving on. A train 100 meters long takes 6 seconds to cross a man walking at, so this is a man, okay, man walking at 5 kilometers per hour in opposite direction to that of the train. Find the speed of the train. Okay, so it is a man, which means the length of the man is insignificant, so we do not have to consider that. The distance is basically the distance of the length of the train, 100 only. All right, we have the time, we have the speed of the man, we know the direction in which they are moving. Simply find the speed of the train. Simple question. Let speed of the train is equal to x kilometers per hour. Okay, therefore, speed of the train relative to the man is equal to how much? Both are moving in the opposite direction. So their speeds has to be added up. Correct? So it is x plus 5 kilometers per hour. This is equal to, again, we have to, here the unit is second and this is meter. So we have to convert this to meter per second. So this is equal to x plus 5 into 5 by 18 meter per second. Okay. Now, what is the distance? Distance is equal to 100 meters, the length of the train. Now, this is, now time. No, speed is asked, sorry. So, speed is equal to distance by time. Correct? This is equal to 100 divided by x plus 5 into 5 by 80 is equal to 6. Did you understand? Distance by speed is equal to time. So, here this is the distance, 100. The speed is x plus 5 divided by 5 by 18. In x plus 5 into 5 by 18. This is equal to the time, that is 6. Sorry, I will keep this apart to make sure you are not confused. Okay. So here the formula is not speed is equal to distance by time. It is actually this time is equal to distance by speed. The first thing I wrote was correct. Okay. Time is equal to distance by speed. So 100 divided by speed is equal to time. So from this, solve for x and that is your answer. So how can we solve this? Implies 100 into 18 is equal to 6 into x plus 5 into 5. Okay, so this implies 1800 is equal to 30x. Correct? Yeah. Sorry. Plus 30 into 5. All right. So, no, we could have cancelled 30 there. Sorry about that. So we can cancel 30 from both cases. So this will be correct. Therefore, x is equal to 55 kilometers per hour. Okay, answer is 55. Got it. Moving on. So basically here also the same method. I just made some calculation errors at this point of time. Otherwise, very smooth question. Nothing to worry about. Keep the units and all in mind and simply calculate it. Okay. 9th question. A train running at 54 kilometers per hour takes 20 seconds to pass a platform. Next, it takes 12 seconds to pass a man walking at 6 kilometers per hour in the same direction in which the train is going. Find the length of the train and the length of the platform. Okay, but actually, again, a very easy question. Two scenarios are given together, that's all. So let's begin. Let length of the train be x and length of the platform be y. Okay, because neither of them are given. All right, so speed of the train with respect to the man. Okay, speed of train with respect to the man is equal to how much? The relative speed. Train is running at 54 kilometers per hour and the man is walking at 6 kilometers per hour in the same direction. Okay, so the speeds will get subtracted. 54 minus 6 is equal to 48 kilometers per hour is equal to 48 into 5 by 18 meter per second. What is this? 24 and 9. 24 into 5, 120 divided by 9. Correct? Or 40 divided by 3. 40 by 3 meter per second. Okay, now length of the train. So we got the relative speeds. Okay, time is given in the question. So distance is equal to speed into time. So length of train, okay, is equal to d is equal to speed into time is equal to 40 by 3 into what is the time taken to cross the man? 12 seconds. So it is 12 is equal to 160 meters. So this is the length of the train. So answer could either be A or it could be D. Either of these. So these two options are eliminated. Now, speed of the train. From the second scenario, okay, speed of the train is equal to 54 kilometers per hour. So 54 into 5 by 18 meter per second. Correct? So this is equal to 15 meter per second. Okay, so time is equal to distance by speed. Correct? Implies what is the time taken to cover the cross the platform? 20 seconds. So 20 is equal to what is the total distance? X plus y. Correct? Train's length plus platform's length, x plus y, divided by what is the speed? 15. Correct? We know the value of x plus y is equal to 300. Okay, 20 into 15, 300. We know the value of x already. The length of the train, which is given by x, correct, is equal to 160. So y is equal to 300 minus 160 is equal to 140 meters. That is option A. So in this question, two scenarios are given instead of one. That's all the difference. Okay, in previous questions, it's either train and the platform or train and the man. That's it. But here, train with platform and man. Two scenarios are given together. You simply have to find the values using two equations. That's it. All right, I hope you understood how the calculation is done. Now we are moving on to the final question for the day. A man sitting in a train in which is traveling at 50 kilometers per hour observes that a goods train traveling in opposite direction takes 9 seconds to pass him. If the goods train is 280 meters long, find its speed. Very interesting question. Here the man is sitting inside a train and he is the one who is feeling the that goods train has passed him like in 9 seconds. So how do we consider this? Here we have to again start with relative speed. What is the relative speed? Not from the speeds given in the question, but actually what is the relative speed? Speed is given by the formula distance by time. Correct? So what is the distance here? The length of the man is insignificant. Although he is sitting in a train, he is the one who is calculating the speed and all. Correct? It is with respect to him that the other train is passing in 9 seconds. So relative speed is distance by time, where distance we take it as 280 meters and time is 9 seconds. So this is meter per second. This is the relative speed. Everything is given in the question. Correct? This is equal to, but the answer is in kilometers per hour, so we have to convert it into kilometers per hour. How do we do this? By simply multiplying by 18 by 5. Is equal to 112 kilometers per hour. Okay, so speed of the goods train is how much? Speed of goods train is equal to 112 minus 50 kilometers per hour. Why? Because you have the relative speed is 112. Okay, so the trains are moving in opposite directions. So here we have to subtract, correct? The speed of the first train, that is denoted by u, plus speed of the second second train because both are moving in opposite directions is equal to relative speed. Correct? So the speed of the second train is equal to relative speed minus speed of the first train. So that is why 112 minus 50. This is equal to 62 kilometers per hour. Answer option A. Got it? Very simple, right? I don't think there is anything confusing in this chapter. This is actually one of the simplest areas in quant, which you can definitely score full marks. So make sure you remember all these concepts that I talked to you today. And if you get all this right, you can easily find the correct answer. And it doesn't take time. That is another advantage. Calculations does not take any time in this question. And I wrote all these steps down, okay, individually so that you could revise it later. But on the exam scenario, you do not have to write any of this. You can simply calculate, a lot of these in mind itself and put down the numbers. Clear? So on an average, a question from train will take you like 15 to 20 seconds to answer. Okay, that's it. So we have come to today's, the end of today's session. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, share with your friends, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Okay, I will upload the notes in my Telegram channel right away. You can download it and keep it for future revisions. We will again meet today at 8 p.m. with the environment lecture where we will be looking into biodiversity. Okay, so until then, see you.